friends to the Lost Clothes. Now, like I said, the tour involves kind of a little bit of history, a little bit of just a general tour of the space. We have three sort of main chambers down here. The one that you see just to your left, right, to there, is what we call the vault. That room was purpose-built as a bank vault in 1744 for the Royal Bank of Scotland. My favorite fact about it is that it was a really crappy vault. It was robbed 13 times and was there 6 months. They should not have built it right next to the jail. That was very, very bad planning on their part. Eventually the city decides it is no good as a vault, so they just give it to the council, and the council actually uses it for kind of general storage. They use it as the drunk tank at times, so we like to say, you know, we honor the history of the building. We do our whiskey tastings in there now. Follow me. And everyone say good morning to Katie. Come on, Katie. Katie's working hard. She comes to the dungeon early. She leaves the dungeon late.
No, I just got you.
Sorry, Katie, I forgot to warn you. I was coming over. Come on in, friends. Come on in. I'll scooch up. Oh my goodness. I really want one of those like long pointer sticks that the professors and the unions have. Welcome to the bar, my friends. You can see that's the reason we've named it. This is actually the most modern bit of our structure. So it was built a little bit later than the rest of the forms that we have down here. It was constructed in the 1900s and used primarily as a bomb shelter. So it actually wasn't connected officially to the rest of the space until we came down here and were excavating in 2018. We kind of burst through the wall, realized there was a space here, and the city council said, oh yeah, we forgot about that, you can have it. So you can tell we're making very good use. I think the city council will be proud of what we've done down here. But the main reason I bring tours in here is because of our map. This is a map from 1642, so slightly outdated, but very good for explaining the concept of closes. So I'd like to take a pause right here and ask, has anyone done any historical tours in Edinburgh yet? Have we had a chance to have, does anyone know? No one? Oh my goodness, and I'm the first person telling you about stuff. Oh dear.
We did last time.
Oh, you did last time? Yeah. Okay, cool. Do you happen to remember, did you get closes explained to you at all?
Yeah, I think we did. But go again, because
go again, I'll go
brain
again.
like a sieve. That's
all good, that's all good. Yes. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna lead the way here. This is the point where we are reminded that people were much shorter in the 1700s. The ceiling is gonna get a little low, so please do watch your heads. And again, don't forget to mind your feet. There's some steps that are a little rough.
Yes, it is low. It is low.
It's going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze. It won't be in here super long. To the close. So this is our this is the actual bit of our building that used to be a street. Now, if you look at the structure, you can kind of possibly picture. I'm gonna go grab you a stool, my dear.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Are you sure?
No, it's fine.
And
no, it's fine.
Hardcore.
Here.
Dang.
So good.
That's
Here.
impressive. That was like the most impressive squat of all time. It's far too early in the morning for me to be doing squats. So I'm very impressed. This is the bit of our building that used to be a close. So this would have gone all the way up to the Royal Mile. We estimate that the entrance itself actually would have popped out right between the door and the window of the Cafe Nero up on the corner. So if you are up there later, you can kind of take a peek. That's where our street would have popped out. And we've got some nice sort of architectural stuff happening here that I like to give a little spiel on. First though, the stairwell that we walk walked in on, I have titled that the Stairway of Discovery, because that is the stairway that we originally discovered. At the very top, you notice we've done a very good job of patching it. There's a little hole there with some bricks, very subtle. That is where we knocked through and we're like, oh man, that staircase just goes down into darkness. So I always kind of have this wonder of who they got to come down here first. I was like, let's send our least favorite employee down there and see what's going on. And when we came in, the space actually looked very different as well. So if you look on the ceiling here, there's this white line. This was actually a solid brick wall when we entered the space. So at first, we had no idea we had found a close. We actually thought we had found an old sort of dugout basement. We thought these were retaining walls built to hold the earth back, because on this side of us, you'll see there's kind of some chambers over there, and then where the whiskey is stored, there's sort of a space. This was an old furnace. And we actually knew for sure that was a furnace because we had the plans of its design. During the rebuild, there was a lot of records and information that we had. So buying the building, we had tons of information all the way up until 1824. Prior to that, we had no idea really what the space looked like. And so our assumption was, oh, it was an old maintenance basement for the furnace on the other side. It was our owner, Andy, who has a distinct passion for 17th century masonry. Apparently, he really couldn't give a shit about the 18th or the 19th. It's the 17th century that really does it for him. He came in and noticed there was some really weird stuff happening with the stonework as well. So in Edinburgh, we have two primary types of stone that our old town is built out of. Sandstone, that usually we can date between 16, maybe early 1700s. Most of that's pulled out of the Craigleith quarry, and it's really easy to identify. It's these big chunks of uneven kind of cut stone. And then we also have red brick. Now, red brick wasn't introduced to Edinburgh until the 1820s, post-industrial revolution. We don't see it quite as often. It's not very common to see it mixed in with sandstone unless there's been some sort of damage to the building and it's had to be rebuilt. So he took a look at the walls and realized that we've got sandstone, we've got red brick, but they're not one on top of the other. They're kind of like intermingled, and that's really weird. He was actually the one that proposed this wall wasn't a wall, but it was one of the structures built after the fire, because we do know that they did that quite often. Andy broke out his handy-dandy pickaxe. He knocks a hole in the wall and realizes the space continues. So when we knock a hole in this wall, what we see is basically what we've left there. Loose dirt, brick, rubble, although it is packed in floor to ceiling. So we start removing it just to see how far the space goes. And it keeps going, and a couple more meters, and a couple more meters. And then we get a very concerned email from the residents of the apartment building next door. They're like, we can hear pickaxes on the wall. We don't think you should dig in that direction anymore. So unfortunately, we had to stop going in that direction.